Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 135. Today is Sunday, October 1st, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship, and rambles, and lots of shenanigans, and just the 30-minute visit before we start actually.
Kind of always happens that way, right? And I can't ever resist just showing you what I have, and then I think, they're going to miss her reactions because I couldn't wait.
That's okay. I still am excited every time. And she did show me a few of the things that are over there that I'm excited to see. So
I know exactly what 500 stitches looks like on my Life After Death. And I'll be able to clearly show you, and I think you will just be amazed.
Yeah. Oh,
so
I'm excited to see it.
What's up with you this week?
Not a whole lot. It was the end of the fiscal year at work, so a lot of work for this accountant, and then just James being fun. He is so funny. He walks into the room now and goes, "There's a silly boy in here," and yeah, that boy is me all over. Except for whenever he sings everything, which is his dad all over.
Oh, okay.
It's not very eventful. Just kind of life in general. How about you?
Well, we've still been getting awesome things in at school from the donations, and people are so excited about it. It's lovely to see. And Katie and I got a wild hair yesterday and took off to color and cotton. So that was so much fun. It was exhausting because by the time we left here, by the time we fiddled around and did everything, we didn't leave here until about 10 o'clock. And that means we didn't get home. We picked Bree up from work. She didn't get off until about 9:30. So we didn't get home until a little after 9:30 last night.
Yeah. I woke up to a message that says, "Hey, we're going to color and cotton. Do you need anything?" Okay.
So you'll see what Keisha needed. And what I really didn't probably need, but got anyway. So, okay. Do we want to jump in?
Yes.
So, do you have any finishes?
I don't have any finishes, but
you're so close.
But I'm waiting to see your finish.
Okay. My finish is Seasonal Etchings by Heart in Hand. I love this one. I chose a green fabric, and I think it'll show. I think it has shown green, so it should be fine. But smooth it out a little. We're professional here. I don't iron. There it is.
So cute.
I really loved working on this. It was very fun. Word to the wise, mine is 28 count. So probably if you do 28 or 32 count, you need 2 skeins of the sticks and twigs.
Yeah.
Yes, sticks and twigs, because it is in every square. But man, I really love that. I love the patterning on the fish. I know you said you like the owls the best.
Yes, I love the owls. It's mostly because they're fun. The light brown owl with his big old eyes.
So anyway, that makes me very happy. And I believe that is finished number 28.
Awesome.
For the year. And I have had that in my beautiful bunny bag with the orange inside. So now I'll have to finish this into something. I kind of see it as a little pillow, but I'll have to figure it out and then put something else pretty in here.
Sure.
So, are you ready to talk stash?
Yes, I'm ready to talk stash. So I got another nerd tube, and this is the size that I really like. So
I think it's a number 3.
Number 3. It's good for mid-sized projects, so you can throw just about everything in here. So I really like it.
And even a small section on a big project works well.
So that's my stash. This was brought back to me from Color and Cotton, so I'm excited about that.
Okay, I have a little more. So I have nerd tubes. I have a number 3 and a number 4. Now you can see that's a pretty good comparison there.
Yeah.
So I told Keisha she didn't ask for a big one, or she could have had a green one. It was the only color that still had green. Angela is close to St. Louis, and she's close to where they had Galleria last weekend. So her store had really gotten
Oh,
a lot of visitors.
that's great. It's a wonderful place.
I bought another grind guard. This one is huge, and I've already tried it out. It holds Life After Death on the big green nerd tube really nicely. Oh, something else I got. Eunice sent Katie and I
Those are so
ruffles.
delicious.
I won't make you smell them.
I
won't torture you.
I have one bag left in my stash from retreat that I'm just jealously guarding.
And then I have to open this and then I'll show you all the fun stuff. So I got this project bag.
So fun.
I just love it. And
Mhm.
I really had a hard time. There were so many cute bags to choose from. Katie got a couple of bags, but there were so many cute bags to choose from. But in the end,
Ooh, look at the little cat on that tassel.
yes.
Cute.
And this is from Straight from the Heart by Sue. She does a beautiful job on the bags, and Color and Cotton has them in the shop. They have one right now. If you need a Thanksgiving bag, it's not quite this size. It's closer to the size I just showed. This one is a little taller. But they have one right now that is this beautiful pumpkin with a with inside so that you see it through the window, all of these pumpkins. And then the back was kind of a gold with a metallic thread running through it too. So if you need a new bag for Thanksgiving, just call and say, hey, send me those bags. They had a couple. Then charts. I had about 7 or 8 patterns pulled out, and I finally got it down to from With My Needle, When Pumpkins Glow. Really cute one. And it says, there's magic in the night when pumpkins glow with candlelight. And then they had When Witches Go Riding. So each of these 3 pillows has a little bit of it. The first one says, When Witches Go Riding, this one. And then the one in the middle says, And Black Cats Are Seen. And I want to see how she put it. The last one says, The moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween.
That's fun.
Such a cute pattern. I may have to figure out how to get that in my 13 days of Halloween. Then I saw this from Silver Creek Samplers, Scary Things October Brings. And I just thought that was cute, especially with this great big boo down here in the corner.
That's fun.
So that would be fun. I got kind of a lighter orange fabric earlier this year, so I could maybe put it on that. I don't know. We'll see. Then I have, I had recently gotten this pattern and wanted a fabric for it. I'm going to dump it out of here. Sorry for all the crinkles, but that's what happens when you get new things.
Right.
So I have this piece of limited edition and I got it in a 36 count.
That's a really good match.
It's
a little bit darker.
Maybe a little darker, but it was the best one. And I thought 36 count instead of 32, that's okay. And then my other one, just trying to figure out where to put things. Well, I could put it, I guess, back in here. Oh. That works. Then I got another beautiful piece of fabric. I was sitting talking to Katie, and I kept looking up at the floss wall and seeing this floss, which is Hellebore. I don't know if you, oh, there you go.
So pretty. So
then I thought, oh, I have that pattern with me. Yeah, so I have Ink Circles Bluegrass. My bluegrass is not going to be blue.
It's going to be pinkish purple grass.
And then I found a piece of 32 count limited edition. This. She had several purples, but Angela came over and we looked. And we both agreed that this one is the best one for it. And it goes from a red purple to a dark blue purple. I don't know how much it's coming up on there.
It's really beautiful. That's gonna be so good.
It will be really fun. Oh, it's not a dark blue. It's a bright red purple to a, I don't know, a mauve purple. But I couldn't resist.
That'll look good.
And then one of my pieces that I'm going to start during October is Halloween at Granny's.
Yes.
And I'll insert a picture here. And I found a piece of limited edition.
Yes. Of course.
It's 28 count because that's the only size that had this color. Look at this green.
Ooh, that's so fun.
And we pulled all the DMC and laid it out on it, and
It's
it
gonna-
looks
It's
gorgeous.
gonna look good.
So I'm really excited to start this, and I really think I probably have twice as much as what I need. So I'll have a big cut of this to do something else. But I shopped with a purpose other than the patterns
Right.
yesterday. So
Ooh, that's gonna look so good. I'm excited to see it on that.
me too. So stitch with us next week.
Yeah, maybe so.
And then I'll start it on that day.
Sure.
Because I have to start something every day.
Because that's one that I have in my, it's in my whip pile, and I'm stitching it on the call for, so I'm excited to see how they like kind of.
And we looked because I showed her a picture. Keisha's fabric is about this color because it's an espresso.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful on there and I love it. But she didn't have anything that dark. And again, Galleria was last weekend.
No, I think it's gonna be great on that. Great.
Yes, we played with lots of colors with all of the floss out, and it looked really great on some things. We were kind of looking, she had some really nice plum colors, but she didn't have anything quite dark enough to really do it because I wanted it to be darker.
Right. I think it's
So.
gonna look great.
I'm excited.
So fun.
So, it looks like, so the Black Needle Society is doing humans versus zombies for the month of October. And I just found out that yes, our zombie has challenged one person.
Ooh,
Um,
that's exciting.
and we have, I won't say who it is because it'll get posted here in a while. And I know they've already agreed on it, but it'll be fun. While Katie and I were now here I am just, switching subjects. While we were in Color and Cotton, we found that there were, I think, 3 other shopping groups from the Kansas City area.
Oh, really?
It was Kansas City Day
Oh,
at
that's
Color
funny.
and Cotton. So, including a lady who lives here locally in Lee Summit. I don't know if she watches you and I, but hi, Pam.
Hi.
I won't say a last name. So, anyway, that was kind of fun. We went all the way. I mean, it's about 4 hours, you guys. We went 4 hours away, and there were other people from right here around us. So,
yeah, you're
it
right.
was
Must
fun.
have just been Kansas City Day.
And they said the day before had been Indiana Day.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Interesting. Interesting
So.
how that happens.
It is. Okay, are you ready for whips?
I am ready for whips. So I don't have a whole lot to show today, but I made good progress on some things. So first thing I worked on was Gamer Nouveau by Medusa Dollmaker. My brain just completely went there. And this is on a piece of 28 count easy grid. I'm doing 1/1 full cross. So I've been kind of working down in this section. There's going to be another star there.
I think we get to applaud you for sticking with all of the dark color up in the corner.
It's kind of all the way across and then down the sides. So eventually I'm going to get to,
Lots of color.
not back, but that's okay.
You guys saw the picture, so, but I know it's always hard to get started on these because you do have that. But also, is it kind of nice to be able to just sit and stitch one color?
It is nice. There are a couple of stars in here, but then the rest is mostly just one color. And yeah, it's been kind of nice. I have over 1,000 stitches in on it so far. So I just kind of
So that's what 1,000 stitches looks like.
yeah, each of the blocks, they're 10 by 10 blocks, so each are 100 stitches, and I've fully filled in 10 of those blocks. So
Wow.
but it's been a fun one. I'm working on that with my friend Kevin from Acctgforstitches. The next thing I worked on, excuse me, a little out of season, but I was working on Christmas Alphabet by the Scarlett House. And this is a really fun one. I did Autumn Alphabet last year. I actually started this last year around Christmas and just didn't finish it. I believe this is on a piece of 36 count Dwarf from Picture This Plus. I know that it's Picture This Plus, but I lost the card for it. But here's where I am.
It looks so pretty on there.
Thanks. I just kind of wanted, you know, it's stitched on a neutral, and that's really pretty, but I found this piece of blue and thought it'd be good.
It looks way more prim on the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like yours is more homey and
Yeah,
more current. Does that
Right.
make sense? More.
and I'm using all the called for floss too. So that's the difference that that a fabric can make on a piece.
That's gorgeous.
But I'm really enjoying it. I'm probably putting it away this month to work on Halloween things, but it'll definitely come out once Halloween's over. And then on the first day of autumn, I started a mill hill because of course I did. I started Apple Harvest, which is just a cute little one with a little cat on it. It's got giant beads for the apples, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh, fun.
But here is where I got to. So I got in all of the dark brown, and I'm starting with some of the blue in the background. Not super exciting
Okay, I
yet.
have to see this.
Yeah, sure. I can show you the
So those are beads, huh?
yeah, the apples are these great big beads.
Fun.
I can show you. So they're the really big red ones that you see in there. Those are the apples.
You know, it almost looked like a specialty
Yeah.
stitch on there.
No, they're just great big,
That's so
big
fun.
red beads. So I'm excited about this one, and that should stitch up pretty quickly. I'll probably keep that out in October. And then last week we did a Stitch With Us, and we both started Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And mine is on a piece of 40 count putty.
Mine is on a piece of 32 count limited edition fabric.
And putty is from Weeks Dye Works. And we kind of did our own little conversion with the trees. So here is what mine looks like.
And mine is, it's really hard to see. It's right here.
Yeah, she's working on
I
the
started the
path down
path.
here. So, but anyway.
And it was really interesting because I tried and couldn't get it started and ended up just switching to a different project.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got home, I switched to just one thread, and we both looked at it this morning, and one thread looks really fluffy and full.
Yeah.
So we don't know if maybe this was just mislabeled and is really 36 count, and that's why, or if it's just because it's the light floss.
Could be. So anyway, you know, as stitchers, sometimes you just got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But those are all of the things I worked on. Kind of a weird collection this time.
And mine, I always have to say this, is in this Judy bag.
Yes.
Because I just think it's perfect for it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bag.
I will always know what is in this one,
Right.
as opposed to some bags that I look at and think, what did I put in there? So I don't know if I showed this, because I think I finished it up after we did our last Flosstube. So did I?
You showed it, but it wasn't completely done.
Oh, okay. So this is my Santa's Village, and this first one is Santa's House. And the only thing I didn't do is there's a little swirl at the bottom on each one that looks like this. And I didn't put that in yet. But the other stash that I bought yesterday is some color and cotton floss.
Oh, right.
To put in here for some of the DMCs. And then she did a lot of different colors in Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, and Sampler Threads. And I'm going to work on getting those as I come to the patterns because I think it'll just be easier
Sure.
that way.
Especially since you're converting the whole palette.
Okay, and then the one that I keep talking about is my long dog. And it is Life After Death. I could insert a photo, but it looks just like this. They only show that black and white. I've noticed recently that, you know, like the whale has its mouth open because it's eating people. And there are people in its belly and one going in and a fish swimming by like, hey, moron, don't go in the whale's mouth.
Hey, better you than me, buddy.
So things that crack you up while you are stitching.
That's the fun thing about samplers like this is you don't notice a lot of it until you're actually like really into it.
And I was looking last night at the PDF on my device. I bought the paper copy, and then when I found out I could get a digital copy and have it in Pattern Keeper, I bought that too.
Right.
But I was looking at it and blowing things up and looking at it big, and there is a lot of back stitching in the other quadrants. I've done pretty well keeping up. I'm gonna have to look and see exactly what I need to do.
Whoa.
But that is where I am.
Wow.
I am just under 34%.
That's so good.
And where I said I could show you exactly what 500 stitches looks like, it's 501. I stitched this little section, just that width up. So this is 500 stitches.
Wow.
And I love this. This is so fun to work on. I think you feel the same way about yours.
I love this part down here.
The big,
yeah, with all of the variegation in it. It looks so good.
And it just, it changes. The rabbit and the dog are fun.
Yeah.
It's a really fun floss. I'm using a floss from Silks for You. I don't know that I kept a tag. Terrible. So I don't even know what number I have. It's fallen out of this bag somewhere, but I have a lot of it. That's what I know. I have plenty to finish this project. So I am also working on the Winter and Stars Hollow model, which I cannot show. And so that's it for my whips this week. What do you have coming up? Because we're to a new month.
We're to a new month. So as you mentioned, Black Needle Society is doing Humans versus Zombies, which is basically how many stitches can you get in 10 minutes whenever you're challenged by someone else. And so I've been trying to think of what I was going to work on during that because I railroad my stitches if I use more than one piece of floss. So I want something that is only one piece of floss because I stitch faster. So I was like, it came to me while I was here. I was like, Death by Cross Stitch. It has the word death in it. It's perfect. And it's on 36 count and it's one strand and it's not a lot of color changes. And
you said that you could work on the border, which is really easy then, because typically people will choose like something they can fill in that they outline ahead of time or something that you really don't have to use your pattern.
I mean, I'm not going to win any challenges. I'm still a slow stitcher, but I like to think that there's a little bit of strategy in what I do.
There you go. I think you'll probably do better than you think because a 10-minute sprint is way different than trying to sustain it for an entire hour.
Right.
So that should help.
But anyway, so I'm definitely going to bring out Death this week if I get challenged by someone, which I'm sure is going to happen. And then I'm going to start working on some Halloween things. I haven't quite figured out what all I'm going to work on. I guess I'm saving Halloween at Granny's until next week. But I'm probably going to work on Halloween wreath from the Frosted Pumpkin. I have Bright from Big Creek. Both of those I definitely want to work on. I haven't gotten any requests for Itsy Bitsy Spider lately from the boy, but it's probably going to come out too.
Well, and that's kind of spooky and creepy. So,
So I don't know what all I'm going to work on. I don't know if I'll work on 13 projects in October, but I'll bring out some Halloween.
And Katie suggested that you should do 13 ornaments or something on your Halloween wreath,
right,
right?
right.
You said,
well, there are little pieces of candy that are like 30 stitches. So,
but you really could
Yeah,
do that for
yeah.
13 days and then
Right.
have your other
yeah.
fun Halloween
Right.
stitching.
So,
So you'd have to count to all of them though,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So, so I'll have to figure it out. I'm not quite decided yet, but I'm sure you'll see some Halloween next time. So,
That'll be fun.
how about you?
Well, I have a whole bag of pieces. I think there are 11 in there. And then I'm giving myself a new start on Halloween at Granny's, and we're going to do a stitch with us next week. So if you don't have Carolyn Manning's Halloween at Granny's and you look at it and fall in love, get all of your supplies. It's all DMC. It's
Yeah.
not very many.
No, it's not.
And join us next week when we start that and just stitch along with us. We'll come up with a hashtag.
Yeah, sure.
It'll be fun.
Or just come in and you don't have to.
Yeah. You can stitch something else. That'll be fine. We'll ask what you're stitching. And then I have one other piece that I kitted up years ago when we were at a shop up in Iowa that had all sorts of Iowa or Nebraska. I can't remember, maybe Nebraska, that had all sorts of magazines, old magazines. And I found an orange sampler.
Ooh.
That's not my typical color.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with this thing because it's just beautiful. And I have kitted it up with flosses that I found along the way that I like. And I have it all ready to go. So that's when I'll be doing this month. I don't know if I'll incorporate it into my 13 stitches or if maybe I will just try and pull it out and maybe I'll do 25 minutes on it a day for the month.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Excuse me. But I also have to work in the Stars Hollow model.
Right.
So it will be an interesting month for me.
You'll be doing winter and Halloween all at the same time.
And I am the one monitoring Humans versus Zombies and putting up we call it the daily death toll to see whose brains have been eaten. So that will be my job and I will be posting about that. That should be fun.
Exciting.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else for right now. We don't have any other stitch alongs coming up.
No. If you're part of Books with BNS, the first book club meeting is next Saturday, so that's exciting.
Yes. And if you're doing the Schoolhouse Rock Sal, you need to let me know down below and tell me how far you are on that crazy thing because part 3 just came out and it's just growing and growing. Part 3 or part 4, Katie Landis?
Part 3, right?
Today, part 4.
Yesterday.
Or yesterday, part 4.
Part 4 came out. I was thinking last week was the whole bottom. So one more part came out.
Are you still stuck on the roof like me? Let me know.
But anyway, that one it's so fun to see people stitching it. And my school is just so excited about all of the wonderful things that have come out of this. And they're just amazed by you guys and your generosity. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been wonderful to watch. And I think, we can figure out if we're going to see any more stash coming or any more goodies or more shenanigans.
Well, definitely more rambles.
So for today, anyway. Oh, did you see the tree, by the way? And see the eyeballs
on it.
But for today, there's only one thing left to say.
And that
is bye.
Have a good week.